You think you're safe because the lights are on. You think that because you don't own a crystal ball or a deck of tarot cards, the darkness can't find you. But I know better. I know because I used to be the one inviting it in. I spent years walking in a world you only see in your nightmares. I wasn't just a spectator, I was a participant. And today, I'm going to tell you something that most people are too terrified to even whisper. There are doors in your house right now. Not wooden doors, not metal doors, spiritual doors. And some of you have left them wide open without even knowing it. Do you ever get that feeling? That sudden, cold shiver down your spine when you're alone in a room. You turn around expecting to see someone, but there's nobody there. You tell yourself it's just the wind. You tell yourself you're tired. But your gut, your spirit, it knows. It knows something is watching, something is waiting. Most people live their whole lives with a blindfold on. They think the physical world is all there is. They think if they can't touch it, it isn't real. I used to laugh at people like that. I used to see them as prey, because while they were playing with harmless games and innocent curiosities, I was watching the shadows around them grow taller. I remember the first time I realized I had crossed a line. It started small, it always starts small. A little curiosity, a little desire for power, a desire to know the future because the present felt so out of control. I thought I was in charge. I thought I was the one pulling the strings. But that's the great lie of the dark side. It makes you feel like a king while it's fitting the noose around your neck. I remember sitting in a room filled with candles, the air thick with incense that smelled like rotting flowers. I had asked for something. I wanted a sign. And then the air in the room didn't just get cold, it got heavy. It felt like I was underwater. And then I heard it, a whisper that didn't come from my ears, but from inside my skull. It said, "You let us in." That's when the fear started, not the kind of fear you get from a scary movie. This was a soul deep dread. It stayed with me when I went to sleep. It followed me to the grocery store. It sat in the passenger seat of my car. I had opened the door, and I didn't know how to close it. I tried to run, but how do you run from something that doesn't have a body? How do you hide from a shadow that lives in your own mind? I see so many people today doing the exact same things I did. They think it's a trend, they think it's aesthetic. They post videos about manifesting and shadow work and calling on ancestors they don't even know. They are playing with fire in a room full of gasoline. You need to understand something. The spiritual world doesn't care if you're just joking. It doesn't care if you don't believe in it. If you use the key, the door opens. Period. Think about your life right now. Is there a pattern of bad luck that doesn't make sense? Is there a depression that feels like a physical weight on your chest, even when everything is going fine? Do you find yourself losing your temper over nothing, like something else is moving your tongue? These aren't always medical issues. Sometimes they are footprints. Footprints of something that walked through a door you left open. I've seen things that would make your blood turn to ice. I've seen people lose their minds because they thought they could control a spirit. You can't control them. They are older than you, they are smarter than you, and they hate you. They hate you because of the light you carry inside, even if that light is dim right now. They want to snuff it out, and they do it by finding the hidden doors. Most of these doors aren't hidden behind rituals. They are hidden in plain sight. They are hidden in your habits, in your belongings, and in your words. Let's talk about the first door. It's the door of asterisk objects. People think objects are just stuff, but objects can carry weight. I used to see it clearly. I would walk into a person's home and see a dark fog clinging to a certain statue, or a piece of jewelry, or even a book. Maybe you bought it at a thrift store. Maybe it was a gift from someone who didn't wish you well. Maybe it's an idol from a culture you don't understand. But you think it looks cool on your shelf. You think it's just decor. But in the spirit world, that object is a legal contract. It's an invitation. It's a landing pad for things that don't belong in your home. I've seen homes cleansed, where the moment a specific item was thrown away, the atmosphere changed instantly. The heaviness vanished. The air became breathable again. What are you keeping in your house? What are you holding on to because it's sentimental, even though it feels wrong? Then there is the door of asterisk entertainment. This is the one that catches everyone. We live in a world that is obsessed with the occult. It's in our movies, our music, our video games. We sit there for 2 hours, soaking in images of demons, rituals, and gore. And then we wonder why we can't sleep. We wonder why our kids are having night terrors. You are feeding your soul. If you eat garbage, your body gets sick. If you watch darkness, your spirit gets sick. You are giving the enemy a roadmap to your mind. Every time you find yourself entertained by things that mock the sacred or glorify the dark, you are turning the handle. You are saying, I'm interested, come closer. And they do, they always do. The third door, this is the most dangerous one. It's the door of Astra's trauma and unforgiveness. This is the hidden one, the one nobody wants to talk about. Bitterness is like a beacon in the spiritual realm. It glows like a neon sign that says vacancy. When you hold on to hatred, when you refuse to let go of a wound from your past, you are creating a right of way for dark entities. They feed on that pain. They wrap themselves around that wound and keep it from healing. I've seen people who were physically ill for years, not because of a virus, but because their spirit was being eaten alive by a grudge they refused to drop. That grudge was the door, and as long as it stayed open, the tormentors had a legal right to stay. I remember a woman who came to me when I was still in that life. She was falling apart. Her marriage was ending. Her kids were sick, and she felt like she was going crazy. I looked at her and I didn't see a woman. I saw a cage. She was surrounded by these things. And the more I looked, the more I realized it started with a harmless psychic reading she had 10 years ago. One door, just one. That one reading led to a curiosity, which led to a practice, which led to a total breakdown. It's a slippery slope that ends in a cliff. Why am I telling you this? Because I want you to be afraid? No. I'm telling you this because I want you to be free. I spent so long in the dark that I forgot what the sun felt like. I thought the whispers were my friends. I thought the power was mine. I was a fool. I was a slave who thought he was a master. When I finally saw the truth, when the veil was ripped away, I realized how close I was to losing everything: my mind, my soul, my very life. There is a way out, but you have to be willing to close the doors. You can't keep one foot in the light and one foot in the dark. It doesn't work that way. The darkness will always pull harder. Do you have the courage to look at your life? Truly look at it. Look at the things you watch. Look at the music you listen to. Look at the people you hang out with. Do they bring peace? Or do they bring chaos? Do they bring clarity? Or do they bring confusion? God is not the author of confusion. If your life feels like a tangled web of anxiety and fear, ask yourself, who is the weaver? Who is building this web? You might be sitting there thinking, it's too late for me. I've done too much. I've opened too many doors. I thought that too. I thought I was stained forever. I thought the things I had seen and done had marked me in a way that could never be washed off. But I was wrong. There is a power greater than the darkness. There is a light that the shadows cannot swallow. But that light requires you to make a choice. It's not enough to just stop the bad stuff. You have to turn toward the good. You have to renounce the things you've done. You have to literally out loud say, no more. The spirit world is listening right now. As you watch this, the atmosphere in your room might be shifting. That's not an accident. You are hearing the truth, and truth is a threat to the darkness. The things that have been hiding in the corners of your life are getting uncomfortable. Good. Let them be uncomfortable. It's time for you to take your house back. It's time for you to take your mind back. I want you to do something. It might feel weird. It might feel silly. But do it anyway. Walk through your house. Look at your things. If you find something that you know deep down shouldn't be there, that book on spells, that lucky charm, that gift from an ex who practiced the craft, get rid of it. Don't sell it. Don't give it away. Destroy it. Break the legal contract. And then I want you to look at your heart. Who are you hating? Who are you holding captive in the prison of your mind? Let them go. Not because they deserve it, but because you deserve to breathe. You are closing the door of unforgiveness. I know what it's like to be hunted. I know what it's like to wake up at 3 a.m. with a weight on your chest, unable to scream. I know the terror of seeing something move in the mirror that isn't your reflection. You don't have to live like that. There is a peace that surpasses all understanding, but it's found on the other side of surrender. I had to lose my power to find my life. I had to give up the secrets to find the truth. And the truth is, you were never meant to carry this. You were never meant to be a playground for spirits. Are you ready to stop playing? Are you ready to admit that maybe, just maybe, the things you thought were innocent are actually dangerous? Look at the world around you. Does it look like it's getting better? Or does it look like the veil is getting thinner? More and more people are being drawn into the occult because they are hungry for something real. They want a spiritual experience. But the enemy offers a counterfeit. He offers a high that ends in a crash. He offers a guide that leads you into a pit. I'm speaking to the person right now who feels like they are being watched. To the person who has been hearing noises in their house, to the person whose dreams have turned into vivid, terrifying battles, this is your wake up call. The door is standing open, and something is trying to walk in. You can feel it, can't you? That pressure in the air, that's the warning. Don't ignore it. Don't brush it off as stress. Your soul is trying to tell you that you are in danger. What happens if you don't close the door? I can tell you what happens. The whispers get louder. The bad luck turns into tragedy. The depression turns into despair. The darkness doesn't just want to visit, it wants to move in. It wants to replace you. I've looked into the eyes of people who were no longer there. I've seen the void where a person's soul used to be. It's the saddest thing in the world, and it always starts with a small hidden door. You have the authority to shut it. You don't need a PhD in theology. You don't need to be a spiritual expert. You just need to choose. Choose light over darkness. Choose life over death. Choose the truth over the lie. If you've been involved in things you shouldn't have, if you've visited psychics, used Ouija boards, practiced white magic, or even just obsessed over the occult, stop right now. Ask for forgiveness. Turn away from it. The moment you do, the ground shifts. The enemy loses his legal right to you. I'm not the person I used to be. The shadows don't follow me anymore. The whispers are silent. I can sleep in total peace because I know who guards my door. I don't need protection spells or crystals. I have something real. I want that for you. I want you to experience the freedom of a clean spirit. It's like taking a shower for your soul. All the grime, all the residue of the world just washes away, but you have to be honest. You can't hide your secrets and expect to be free. Darkness lives in secrets. It thrives in the things you're ashamed to talk about. Bring it into the light. Tell someone. Pray about it. If this video is making you feel convicted, that's not me. That's the light trying to break through. Don't fight it. Let it in. The world is getting darker, but you don't have to go down with it. You can be a lighthouse, but a lighthouse can't have broken windows. It can't have open doors that let the storm inside. Fix your house. Close the doors. Watch how your life changes when you stop inviting the darkness to dinner. I'm going to leave you with this question, and I want you to be really, really honest with yourself. If you died tonight and you had to stand before the creator of the universe, and he asked you why you let his enemies into your heart, what would you say? Would you say it was just a game? Would you say you were just curious? Or would you wish you had listened to the voice telling you to run? The door is right there. The handle is in your hand. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep it open? Or are you going to slam it shut and lock it forever? The choice is yours, but you have to choose quickly because something is waiting for your answer. If this message hit you, if you felt something move in your spirit while I was talking, don't just click away. This wasn't a random video on your feed. This was an intervention. Leave a comment below if you're deciding today to close those doors. Just type, I am closing the doors. There is power in your words. There is power in your testimony. And if you know someone who is playing with these things, someone who thinks the witchy life is just a hobby, Send this to them. You might be saving their life. You might be the reason they finally wake up. Susture to this channel if you want to hear more of the truth that the world is trying to hide. We are going deep into the things they don't want you to know. We are exposing the darkness until there's nowhere left for it to hide. Stay in the light. Keep your eyes open. And for heaven's sake, check your doors. I'll see you in the next one. But until then, stay safe. The spiritual world is more real than the one you're standing in. Never forget that.